Well, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Tina, and sorry about that. My name is Tina, and today we are going to have a yin and restorative practice. Finn and I are very excited to get to share this practice with you. If you would like to get some props together, if you have blocks or something similar, that's great. If not, I'll offer alternatives. And yoga blankets. I do have a mat and I put a blanket on it. I'm trying to get as comfortable as possible for our class. If anybody's having trouble hearing me, let me know. Or if you can hear me, give me a little thumbs up or a heart so I know that I'm coming through. We're going to start today in a heart opening pose. So if you have blocks, you can place one at the head of your mat, maybe longwise or on the second height. And another block can go in between your shoulder blades. So your head will go here and your shoulders will go there. Otherwise, you can roll up a blanket or use an additional yoga mat that's rolled up. So if you roll up a yoga mat, you'll place, or a blanket, excuse me, you'll place that long ways along your spine, so it's hitting right at your sit bones, and then you can open your, you can open your chest up toward the sky, your shoulders kind of drip down. So take a few moments here in your heart opening pose to come in contact with your breath here. Allowing yourself to notice your inhales and your exhales. Not trying to change anything. Just noticing where you are today at this moment. Bringing your awareness to your breath and to your body. Coming into contact with your mat so that you can come into this present moment, preparing for this restorative and yin practice. Nothing else you have to do for the next hour except give this time to yourself. As you're ready here, start to bend your knees, bringing your feet down to the earth, and then allow yourself to roll off of any props that you might have very gently. Maybe take a moment on your side, and then press yourself up to a seated position. And we'll start our first yin pose. From here, you can bring your legs out in front of you and then take your right knee on top of the left, crossing your knee. We're aiming to stack the knees. That may or may not happen for you. Getting it as close as your body would like to make it. And then if it's available, you can leave this left leg straight out, or you can bend the foot back towards your right hip, coming into a shoelace. So as you come to standing or coming up upright, allow yourself to fold over your knees. Maybe you support yourself with your blocks. You can allow your back to round. We'll be in here for a good 3 minutes. So in yin, we're trying to find the stillness at our edge. And as we begin to feel safe in the pose, maybe our body starts to realize we're safe. And you may bring your breath to those spaces that are tight. You might find yourself releasing down toward the earth a little bit more. Listen to your body. Yin allows us to really come in contact with what our body is doing so that we can learn to listen to it. Releasing your exhales out of your mouth to help you release any tension. Maybe even hum or have bumblebee breath. This helps you release a little bit more at times. From here, very, very gently start to press yourself up, your shoulders over your hips, moving very slowly, bringing yourself upright. Maybe lean back, bring your hands back, and unwind your legs. And maybe add some windshield wipers here to release. And you can reach your legs out. Take a breath here. And we'll go ahead and go to the other leg. So taking your left knee, bending your knee, and stacking it on top of the opposite. Your left foot goes towards your right hip, and maybe bending that bottom leg so that your right foot goes over towards your left hip. Adding support wherever you need it. Maybe you need a support underneath your knee or your hip. Find what works for you. And then as you're ready, fold over. You can round your spine and find your edge. And breathe. Just about a minute longer. From here, gently start to press yourself up, shoulders coming above your hips. Reaching your arms back, unwinding your legs. Maybe swaying your knees from side to side gently. Windshield wiper pose. And coming back to seated for a moment, just to know, just to see how that feels for your body. And our next pose is going to be a straddle pose, so you can bring your legs out to the outsides of your mat at an angle. And so you can use different props here. You can have your bolster in front of you, your blocks, both, whichever feels good for you. And then as you're ready, fold over, finding your stretch. If you have any tension underneath your knees, bend your knees, maybe even support them with blocks or blankets or pillows. Find what works for you here. Rounding your spine, letting yourself just relax into this stretch. What can you do in your mind to release your body a little bit more? To find the ease. One more minute here. Very slowly here, start to press yourself up. reach down underneath your knees and help guide your knees up, moving very slowly. Maybe shift your blocks or props out of the way. Hands going back, and with your legs in a wide angle here, you can bring your knee toward the center on one side and then the other. Wide-legged windshield wipers, very slow. And bring yourself up to seated and take a breath here. Our last two yin poses. Roll over onto your belly. And you may want to have a rolled up blanket or a pillow at the top of your mat. And from here, you can, once you see what you're doing, you can lower your forehead down onto your hands with your elbows out to the side and your forehead on the tops of your hands. And you can take your left leg and bend the knee out from your hip. So you're making a right angle, coming into a frog pose. So your right knee is perpendicular to your hip, and then your knee goes straight down. So you're making a right angle. And this is frog pose. So allow yourself to breathe into this. Can you bring your breath to that space that is holding tension? From here, very, very gently start to straighten your leg, staying on your belly, bringing your knee back underneath your hip, lengthening your leg down. Take a moment to straighten yourself out in this belly down position. And then bend both knees and sway your knees from side to side, or sway your feet from side to side. And then release your legs back down and bend your opposite knee out to the side. For me, it's my right. I did my left already. So your right knee comes directly out from your hip. And then aiming for a right angle there. It might not be a right angle for you, and that's fine. As always, I'm a guide. Do what your body is telling you to do, or that feels good for your body. Just about one more minute here. Very gently start to straighten your leg and bringing your knee back down toward the earth and the top of your foot down, your leg extending long underneath your hip. Take a breath here. Bend your knees, your feet reaching up toward the sky, and then shift your feet back and forth. And then lower your legs back down to the ground. And then very slowly bring your hands to the outsides of your shoulders and start to press yourself up, coming onto your knees. We'll start our first restorative pose. So if you have a bolster or a blanket, place it in front of you and bend both knees towards your right side, and you have your right hip onto the bolster, and then turn your chest towards your bolster or blanket and release your chest down. And you can turn your head toward your knees, or if you want a more intense stretch, you can turn your neck the other way. You can also bring a blanket in between your knees to help even out your hips. And allow yourself to relax here. And I'll watch the time. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Moving slowly, press yourself up. Turn your back towards your bolster. And then bring your knees over to the other side and set yourself up on this side. Again, maybe having a blanket in between your knees and ankles, and then turn your chest towards your bolster, your arms on either side of the bolster, and nose in the same direction as your knees, or the other direction if you want more of an intense twist. And I'll watch the time. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Very gently start to press yourself up, coming onto your seat and setting up for our next pose. If you have a bolster and 2 blocks, you can set up a little stone hedge for yourself. This pose can also be done right against your couch. So if you pretend this is like your couch cushion, or you can bring your legs up the wall as an alternative. Either way, I'm bringing my left hip. You can bring your left hip right next to your couch or bolster, and then roll back as you reach first your left leg up and then your right, scooting your seat toward your bolster, and then lie back. And let yourself release and relax in this inverted pose. And I'll watch the time. You're welcome to stay here for the final 8 minutes or so of our practice. Or if you'd like to come into a more traditional savasana, make your way down to your back, maybe just lowering your props down, releasing your legs to the floor, maybe having your prop under your knees or not. And release yourself back and let go. From here, bring your awareness back to your breath. Press each fingertip to your thumb, noticing an increased awareness of a quiet mind. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Roll your head from side to side, bringing movement back into your body and bringing your mind back into this space. As the time is right for you, roll over to one side using your lower arm as a pillow in a fetal pose for a final moment of quiet and stillness, to thank yourself for making it to the mat today, for allowing yourself time to rest and to come in contact with your mind and body, and to remember that time at rest is never wasted. And as you're ready, press yourself up to a seated position with your hands heart center to close out our practice. It was truly an honor to guide you through this practice today. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I hope you have a peaceful and powerful week. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody and the donations that came in so that I could have this class. I actually gave a version of this class to a local group, a Live Strong group yesterday. It's for cancer survivors, and it just filled my heart up. So being able to do that because I'm moving around here and doing these at different spaces, it really fills me up. So I appreciate your donations and your gratitude hearts. It keeps me going. And we're right over an hour now. I want to be respectful of your time. And so I hope to see you again. I think my next classes are Friday this week. And thank you, Alice. Oh, perfect, perfect. I am so glad that you were here and that you were able to participate. That is awesome. This is great for our bodies at any age. Absolutely. This week, there's a new moon, I think, on Friday, so I'm going to have a yoga nidra relaxation. And also I'll be having a 50-minute flow on Friday as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And if you're still lying down and resting, that's great. Maybe you can come back to find me on Insight Timer and to find out. I'm going to be adding some courses soon, so you might want to look for that. My name is Tina Hoppala. You just go Tina and HAA, and then it should come up. Also, I think it's under there as the Tina Club, because we're all a club here. All right, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Finn says bye too. And the other ones. They all made an appearance. I have 3.